Good day, everyone. So this is a continuation of our lesson in data structures and algorithms. So today we are going to discuss regarding another data structure, which is your stack data structure. So unlike your arrays and your linked list, so iba naman yung implementation ng ating stack na data structure. So what is a stack? So stack is a linear data structure that follows your LIFO or last in, first out principle. So the last element inserted in the first to be is the first to be popped out. So it means both insertion and deletion operations happen at one end only. So we have your push and your pop operations that we are going to utilize later on. So unlike your stack, so dun sa ating array and your linked list, so we have different operations. So yung deleting operations as well as insertion operation, it can happen anywhere in those structure. Pero dito sa ating stack, since it implements your LIFO or last in first out, so we can only insert and also we can only delete an element within that stack at one end only. So meaning sa isang part lang tayo pwede siyang mag-insert and also mag-delete. So what are the real life stacks examples? So for example, stack of books, stack of plates, so stack of toys. So those are the real life example na isang stack. So we have your LIFO or last in first out principle. So LIFO principle means that the last element added to a stack is the first one to be removed. So new elements are always pushed on the top. So removal or pop operation also happens only at the top. So this ensures a strict order last in, first out. So that will be the principle that we are going to apply in this data structure. So types of stack, so we have what we call your fixed size stack and dynamic size stack. So a fixed size stack has predefined capacity. So once it becomes full, no more elements can be added. So this causes an overflow scenario. So if the stack is empty and we try to remove an element, it causes the scenario which is called your underflow. So typically implemented using a static array. So sa isang stack, pwede natin siyang i-define as a fixed size. Just like your array, so meron tayong fixed array and your fixed dynamic na array natin. And then another type of stack is that we have your dynamic size stack. So a dynamic size stack can grow and shrink automatically as needed. If the stack is full, its capacity expands to allow more elements. So as elements are removed, memory usage can shrink as well. Example, stack implementation using linked list or resizable array. So dito naman sa dynamic size, so wala tayong magiging problema kasi as we insert or push an element within the stack, it will only automatically increases. Parang kumbaga sa term natin, uunat lang siya ng uunat. Pero, and then also, kung magre-remove naman tayo, so automatically, mag-shrink din yung ating size ng stack natin. So, if the stack is full, its capacity expands to allow more elements. So there is no condition of overflow or your underflows within this type of stack. Kasi as we insert, dadagdag lang ng size. And then as we remove naman or pop, mag-delete tayo. So magsishrink lang rin yung size niya. So walang causes of overflow and underflow. So note, so we generally use dynamic stack in practice. So as they can grow, shrink as needed without overflow issues. So yung gagamitin natin throughout this discussion later on will be dynamic size na stack. So common operations on stack. So in order to make manipulation in a stack, there is a certain operation provided to us. So first, we have your push. So meaning to insert an element into the stack. So kung dun sa ating arrays and link, yung term natin is insert. So dito naman kay stack, yung term to add a new element within the stack is push. And then pop, meaning to remove an element from the stack. So if the term dun sa array and linked list is delete, dito naman kay stack natin is pop. Top operation, so meaning returns the top element of the stack, is empty. So it returns true if stack is empty, else false yung kanya magiging return back na message. So and then size, so meaning returns the size of the stack. So meron pang another operation ito which is full na operation, meaning returns true if the stack is full, empty false naman if it is not yet full. Pero mainly gagamitin natin yung magagamit natin na operations later on will be this one, push, the pop, is empty and is full na operation. So here we have two basic operation associated with stacks. So we have push and pop. While performing push and pop operations, the following test must be conducted on the stack. So we have your stack is empty or not, and letter B, stack is full or not. So meaning bago daw natin i-implement itong push and pop operation, so these are the conditions muna na kinakailangan nating i-consider. So as for your push, so if we are going to implement a push operation, so push operation is used to add new elements into the stack. So at the same time, addition first check the stack is full or not. So if the stack is full, it generates an error message, stack overflow. So yun. So if we are going to perform daw a push operation, so yung gagamitin natin muna or i-check muna natin if the stack is full or not, since push operation tayo. And then next, pop. So pop operation. Pop operation is used to delete elements from the stack. So at the same time of deletion, first check the stack is empty or not. So if the stack is empty, it generates an error message, stack underflow. So kapag pop operation yung ipe-perform natin, so first, yung i-check muna natin kung yung stack ba natin is empty or not. Kasi baka wala tayong ipapop, di ba? So kapag pop operation, so let's make sure na meron talaga tayong ipapop na elements. Same goes with push. So if push operation yung gagamitin natin, so since we are going to add new elements, so check muna natin kung hindi siya puno. So check if it is full or not. Kasi baka hindi na tayo pwede makapag-add. So yun daw yung mga operations na kinakailangan muna nating i-consider. So all insertion and deletions take place at the same end. So the last element added to the stack will be the first element removed from the stack. So when a stack is created, the stack base remains fixed while the stack top changes as elements are added and removed. So the most accessible element is the top, and least accessible element is the bottom of your stack. So if you are going to go back in this example, ito, so we can see, so yung pinaka least element daw na accessible is yung element na nandoon sa pinaka bottom ng stack natin. And then yung pinaka most accessible is yung element na nandoon sa top natin. And also yung insertion and deletion happens only at one end. So pwede lang mangyari dito sa taas ng stack natin. Yung push or insertion and then pop or deletion ng elements natin. Representation of stack or implementation of stack. So the stack should be represented in two ways. So stack using your array and stack using your linked list. So as I've said, itong si stack quite weird kasi diba, this is considered as another type of data structure. Pero there are ways to implement it. So yung stack daw ginagamit para ma-implement yung stack, kinakailangan nating i-implement siya using your array or your linked list. Diba? So hindi natin siya pwedeng ma-implement without using those data structures. Kumbaga, a data structure using another data structure para ma-implement. Yun yung stack natin. Pero yung array and linked list, we can implement an array by itself. So hindi siya gumagamit ng linked list, di ba? Kahit array lang. Same goes with your linked list. Pwede natin siyang i-implement without using another data structure. Pero yung ating stack, hindi siya magpa-function, kumbaga, kasi kinakailangan niyang gumamit ng other data structure. Just like yung array natin and your linked list. So yun yung parang special case ni stack data structure natin compared kay array and your linked list. So we have first stack using array. So let us consider stack with 6 elements capacity. So this is called the size of the stack. So the number of elements to be added should not exceed the maximum size of the stack. So if we attempt to add new elements beyond the maximum size, we will encounter stack overflow. So condition. Similarly, you cannot remove elements beyond the base of the stack. If such is the case, we will reach the stack underflow condition. So ito. So we have here example. So push. So we have 6. Since we have defined fixed size na stack, so it should be 6 elements lang yung magiging laman niya dapat daw. So if you are going to push an element, so at the top, so dito siya mapupunta sa pinaka baba ng ating stack. And then if you are going to push again another element, so dun siya next sa pinaka baba. So, until ma-reach natin yung pinaka-maximum size ng ating size ng ating stack. Then, pop operation naman. So, let's say for example, in this example, so 33, 12, and 11 na elements dun sa stack natin. So, what happens is we are going to implement the LIFO. So, last in, first out. So, sino yung last na nag-in based on this? So, we have here 33, yung element 33. So, meaning, if you are going to apply the LIFO or last in, first out, si 33 yung maunang mag-pop. Kaya yung natira na lang is si 22 and si 11. So again, nag-pop si 22, natira si 11. And then again, nag-pop si 11. So yung natira, wala na. So that is an empty stack. So see display. So this operation display the elements in the stack. So we display the element in the stack, check the condition is stack is empty or not. So otherwise, display the list of elements in the stack. So hindi natin ito masyadong gagamitin. So we are mainly going to use the is full, is empty, and your pop and push operation. So, and then number 2, using linked list. So we can represent stack as linked list in a stack push and pop operation are performed at one end called tap. So we can perform similar operations at one end of using tap pointer. So the linked list stack looks like the shown figure below. So this is the figure on how we are going to perform the stack operation, the pop and push operation in your linked list. Pero hindi natin gagamitin si linked list in this case. We are going to use array. So application of stack. So stack is used to compilers to check for balancing of parentheses, brackets, and braces. Stack is used to evaluate also postfix expression. Stack is used to convert infix expression into postfix or prefix form. And then in recursion, all intermediate arguments and return values are stored on the processor stack. And then during function call, return address and arguments are pushed into the stack and return they are popped off. So later on, ito yung gagawin natin. We are going to evaluate postfix expression, and also we are going to convert an infix expression into a postfix and also into a prefix. So malalaman natin kung ano yung tinatawag ba na infix, prefix, postfix. So you have converting algebraic expression using your stack implementation. So an algebraic expression is a legal combination of operators and operands. So operand is the quantity on which mathematical operation is performed. Operand may be a variable like x, y, z, or constant like 5, 4, 6, and so on. So operator is a symbol which signifies a mathematical or logical operation between the operands. Example, familiar operations include your addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponential expression, and so on. And algebraic expression can be represented using 3 different notations. So they are your infix, postfix, prefix notation. So we have your infix. So it is a form of arithmetic expression in which we fix or place the arithmetic operator in between the 2 operands. So in this case, so we have here, so ito, kung makikita natin, so we have example A plus B. So arithmetic expression in which we fix or place the arithmetic operator in between 2 operands. So itong si A and si B are your operands. And then ito naman si plus or addition na sign is your operator. So that is what we call, so kapag sinabing infix, meaning in between operand, yung operator natin. So that is infix. And then we have prefix. So it is a form of arithmetic notation in which we fix or place the arithmetic operator before or pre it's 2 operands. So the prefix notation is called as Polish notation. So we have here, so kapag prefix naman daw, yung arithmetic operation natin is before or pre. So ito siya, arithmetic operation before the 2 operands natin, which is your A and B. So that is your prefix. And then we have postfix. So it is a form of arithmetic expression in which we place the arithmetic operator after post. So after or post, it's 2 operands. So the postfix notation is called as suffix notation, and it also referred to reverse Polish notation. So we have here, so when we say postfix, so meaning that is after. So after the 2 operands. So we have here operand. So after ng dalawang operand, there comes your operator. So that is postfix notation natin. So we consider 5 binary operations. So let's say, for example, your addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, your exponentation. So for these binary operations, the following in the order precedence highest to lowest. So ito yung mga precedence na mga operator natin. So meaning, we have to follow this whenever we perform conversion of notation. So yung pinaka-highest, actually yung pinaka-highest pa nito is parentheses. So meron pang parentheses dapat. So parentheses yung pinaka-highest, and then exponential. Next to it is your multiplication, division, and yung pinaka-lowest natin will be addition and subtraction. So that is the precedence of your operator natin. So tatandaan nyo to kasi later on you are going to apply the precedence of operator in converting notations. So conversion from infix expression to postfix expression. So i-convert daw natin from infix. So ito si infix, i-convert natin ito into this postfix, into this expression. So yun yung gagawin natin. So ano yung mga procedure? So first, scan the infix expression from left to right. And then if the scan character is operand, put it in the postfix expression. Otherwise, do the following. So if the precedence and associativity of the scanned operator are greater than the precedence and associativity of the operator in the stack, or the stack is empty, or stack contains a parenthesis, then push it in the stack. So operator is right associative, and other operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division are left associative. So I'm going to present later on kung paano natin siya i-convert. So ito lang muna, i-check natin yung mga process niya kung paano ba mag-convert. And then check especially for the condition when the operator at the top of the stack and the scanned operator are both exponent. So in this condition, the precedence of the scanned operator is higher due to its right associativity. So it would be pushed into the operator or stack. So in all of the other classes, when the top of the operator's stack is the same as the scanned operator, then pop the operator from the stack because of left associativity, due to which the scan operator has less precedence. Else, letter G, else pop all operations from the stack which are greater than or equal to in precedence than that of the scan operator. Letter H, After doing that push and scan operator to the stock, if you encounter parentheses while popping, then stop there and push the scanned operator in the stock. So if the scanned character is left parentheses, so push it to the stock. So kapag parentheses siya. And then left parentheses, I mean. If the scanned operator is right na parentheses, so meaning we are going to perform pop operation natin to the stock and output it until ma-meet natin yung left parentheses na na-push natin later. Then repeat steps 2 to 5 until the infix expression is scanned. So once the scanning is over, pop the stock and add the operators in the postfix expression until it is not empty. So finally, print the postfix expression. So here we have an example. So conversion of infix to postfix expression. So we have A plus B asterisk C plus D. So i-convert natin itong infix notation na ito into your postfix expression. So this is how we are going to perform conversion. So yung scanning, so we are going to check the process. So first daw, scan the infix expression from left to right. So from left to right yung pag-scan natin. So yan yung pag-scan natin ng ating infix notation if you are going to convert this one into your postfix expression. And then we are going to scan every operand or operator. So first, scan natin. So we have your A. So yung tanong, is A an operand or operator? So that is an operand. So ano yung gagawin natin kapag operand? So we are going to check. So if the scanned character is an operand, put it in the postfix expression. So ilalagay daw natin sa postfix expression natin. So this will be our postfix. So we have A. So ito yung postfix expression natin. So we have A. Dito siya. So wala pa, yan yung ano natin kasi yun yung sa process natin. Kapag operand daw, we are going to push it to your postfix expression. So next, scan natin. So we have your addition. So that is an operator. So since it is operator, anong mangyayari? So otherwise, do the following. So if the precedence and associativity of the scanned operator are greater than the precedence and associativity of the operator in the stack, or stack is empty stack, then push it in the stack. So meaning we are going to push this operator. Since it is operator, we are going to push it in the stack. But before pushing that operator, di ba kanina, kapag magpe-perform tayo ng push operation, let's have to check first if the stack is empty or not. So we are going to check is full pala is full or not. So yan siya. So ito yung perform natin muna. So is full. So ito yung stock natin. So full ba siya or not? So hindi. So meaning we can push an element into our stack. So that's the time we are going to push the addition sign sa ating stack. So, yun siya. So, nandito na yung ating stack. So, push operation. And then next, scan natin si B. So, pag-scan natin kay B, so let's identify operator ba or operand. So, that is operand. So, since it is operand, yung gagawin natin is that we are going to directly encode it sa ating postfix expression. So, which is nandito. So, yan siya. So, ito na yung postfix expression natin. And then next, so we have your asterisk. So, asterisk natin. So, we are going to, ano ito? Push or pop operation. So, that will be push. So, i-check natin yung operator ba na nandun sa stack natin, mas mataas ba or equal kay asterisk. So, mas mataas ba? Hindi. Equal ba? Hindi. So, since hindi, so meaning we are going to push that operator. So, yung mangyayari, dalawa na yung magiging laman ng stack natin. So, we have sa pinaka-bottom yung addition sign, and then we have your asterisk na next. So, that is, ano natin. Then next, we have your C. Is it an operator or operand? So, since it is an operand, so we are going to directly encode it sa ating postfix na expression. So, yan na siya. And then, next, we have addition na, so that is an operator. So, addition. So, we have an operator na addition. So, check natin yung laman ng stack. So, yung sa pinakataas natin is asterisk. Pero yung scan natin is we have addition. So, yung tanong, mas highest ba yung asterisk or equal kay addition? Equal ba sila? Hindi. Higher ba yung asterisk kay addition? Yes. So, since it is yes, yung mangyayari, mapapop lahat yung nandoon sa loob ng ating stack. And then, right after popping ng dalawang ito, ipupush natin si addition natin. So, we have to pop first. So, pop. Ano yung mauna? Pop asterisk. And then, next, pop yung addition. And then, right after popping ng dalawa, pop natin, push natin si addition. So, yung mangyayari, matitira doon sa ating stack will be si addition. So, saan napunta yung pop na natin? Si asterisk at saka si addition. So, mapupunta sila doon sa postfix expression natin. So, nandito, nag-pop si asterisk, nag-pop din si addition. So, ito na yung magiging result ng operation natin. So, nandito nung nag-pop si asterisk, napunta siya dito kay postfix. Nung nag-pop si addition natin, so, napunta siya doon kay postfix. And then, right after that, pinush natin si addition dito sa ating stack. And then lastly, scan natin CD. So, mangyayari will be it will be directly encoded doon sa postfix expression. So, since wala na tayong pwede pang ma-scan, so automatically, yung mangyayari sa natira nating elements doon sa stack natin will be pop. So, we are going to pop plus. Wala na matitira. So, mapupunta si plus dito kay So, this will be our final answer. So, A, B, C, asterisk, plus, D, plus. Wala ito empty dapat yan. Kamali lang. So, yan yung operation natin. So, if you are going to see, kung tama ba? Tama ba yung natin? So, we have final postfix expression. So, we have here, so postfix expression natin is A, B, C, asterisk, plus, D, plus. So, yun. So, we have A, B, C, asterisk, plus, D, plus. So, ito another example, conversion of infix expression to your postfix expression. So, let's say we have open and close parentheses, A plus B, asterisk, open and close parentheses, C minus D. So, the given infix expression can be converted into postfix expression using stack data structure as follows. So, ito yung process. So, reading character. So, initially, stack is empty. So, we can perform insertion or push operation. So, yung unang scan is parentheses. So, since it is an operator, so yung meaning, yung mangyayari will be push. So, push natin, push left parentheses. So, still, wala pa tayong postfix expression dito. And then, A. So, that is an operand. So, since that is an operand, so automatically, ilalagay natin siya doon sa ating postfix expression. The next scan will be addition sign. So, addition, so has low priority than your than the operator na nandoon sa ating stack. So, since low priority, meaning we are going to push it in our stack. So, push addition. And then, next scan natin, character B. So, that is an operand. So, since it is operand, automatically lalagay natin sa postfix expression. And then, next scan. So, that is your right. So, right parentheses. So, pop all elements till we reach the left parentheses. So, meaning, nung dito sa kanina, meron tayong left. So, meaning, we are going to find its right. So, parang naghahanap ka ng right one. So, ikaw ito, tapos hanapin mo si right one. So, we have left parentheses. So, pop all element till we reach the left parentheses. So, pop natin si plus. So, dito na siya mapupunta kay postfix expression. And then, ano mangyayari kay left and right parentheses? So, hindi na natin sila isusulat pa. No need to write left and right. So, hindi na natin kinakailangan isulat yung dalawa na yun. Automatically, mawawala na lang sila parang bula. And then, we have only AB plus. So, yun lang isusulat. Then next, so, empty na yung stack natin. So, no need to perform is full operation since ongoing pa yung ating scanning ng ating expression. So, next na na-encounter natin is si asterisk. So, that is an operator. So, we are going to push that operator into our stack. And then, next, na-encounter ulit natin si left parentheses. So, automatically, it will be pushed doon sa stack natin. So, yun na siya. And then, next, we have C. So, CC, so that is an operand. So, since it is operand, it will be automatically write down doon sa ating postfix expression. And then next we have here your subtraction. So check natin yung kanina, yung pinakalas na laman ng stock natin is left parenthesis. So has low priority. So since we have a left parenthesis, sabi ko nga kanina, kapag may left parenthesis tayo, lahat ng mapupush dyan, papasok lang. Hindi tayo magpa-pop. Kasi yung hinahanap natin is yung right na parenthesis niya. So since it is subtraction, so it will be pushed in our stack. And then next, naka-encounter tayo ng operand. So that is operand, so directly encoded in our stack. In our postfix expression, I mean. And then ito na. So we have encounter si right parenthesis na. So yung mangyayari, we are going to pop all elements till we reach the left parenthesis. So hanggang dito lang. Dito lang yung limit natin. Matitira lang si asterisk. So we have pop natin si subtraction. Pop natin si subtraction. So pag pop, napunta siya dito sa postfix expression. So no need to write down na yung left and right na expression natin or operator. Only the subtraction. And then lastly, meron pa ba? So wala na. So since wala na, yung mangyayari, we are going to pop all elements till stack becomes empty. So mangyayari, pop natin si asterisk. So ito na yung magiging final natin na answer. So ito yung kanina na example natin. So a plus b asterisk open and close parenthesis c minus d. So we are going to perform the push and pop operation using the stack implementation in an array in this example to convert it into a postfix expression. So again, we are going to scan it from left to right. So from left to right, and then after that, ko-convert natin siya sa postfix expression. So first scan natin, we have your parenthesis. So parenthesis, that is what? Operator or operand? So that is an operand. Operator. So since it is an operator, so mangyari, we are going to push it in our stack. So, but before we push it in our stack, so again, we have to perform is full operation. So is full ba yung stack natin? So that is not full. So meaning we can push, we can perform push operation. So we have to push left parenthesis. So ang mangyari, yung laman ng ating stack will be left parenthesis. The next we have A. So A is an operator or operand. So that is an operand. So since it is operand, so we are going to directly encode it doon sa postfix expression natin. Yan. The next scan, we have addition. So dito na. So we have addition. So that is an operator. So since it is operator, so mangyayari, we are going to push it doon sa ating stack. So push. So magiging laman will be left na parenthesis and addition. The next we have B. So, since it is an operand, so directly encoded doon sa ating postfix expression. And then, right after ng B natin, we have your right parenthesis. So, again, since kanina meron tayong left, so yung hihintay natin dito kay left parenthesis is makita yung right parenthesis niya. So, since it is right parenthesis, yung mangyayari, mapapop lahat ng nandito sa ating stack. So, we are going to pop addition and then pop natin yung left parenthesis. And then, nag-pops yung addition. So, ilalagay natin siya doon kay, ayan siya. So, since nag-pop tayo ng addition, so, mapupunta siya doon kay postfix expression. So, no need to write down na yung ating left and right parentheses doon sa ating postfix expression. Automatically, hindi mo na siya ilalagay doon. So, yun. So, next we have asterisk. So, asterisk, so that is an operator. So, since empty yung stock natin, no need na tayo mag-check is full or na sa stock natin since, again, hindi pa tapos yung ating scanning. So, that is push. Push natin yung asterisk. And then next, so, yun na siya. So, next, we have encountered C. Again, meron tayong encountered na left parenthesis. So, again, since it is left parenthesis, automatically push natin sa stop. So, magkakaroon tayo ng asterisk and left parenthesis doon sa stock natin. Then next, after that, yung next scan is letter C, character na C. So, since that is an operand, automatically lalagay natin sa ating postfix expression. Then next, we have subtraction. So again, if you're going to check yung laman ng stock, we have yung pinaka-top natin na element is left parenthesis. So left parenthesis has higher priority than your subtraction na sign. So meaning, walang pop na mangyayari. Only push. So we are going to push yung subtraction na sign. And then, magkakaroon na lang tayo ng so, yan na siya. So, magkakaroon tayo ng nag-push tayo ng subtraction na sign. So, yung mga nagiging laman, asterisk, left parenthesis, and your subtraction sign. Then next, we have so, tapos na yung subtraction. So, next, we have D. So, we have D. So, since it is an operand, we are going to directly encode it dun sa ating stock. So, we have AB plus D. AB plus CD. And then, lastly, we have the right parenthesis. Again, since my right parenthesis, magpa-pop yung lahat ng elements hanggang makita niya itong si left parenthesis. So, we are going to pop. So, dito ko na ilalagay. Pop. Pop natin si subtraction. And then, pop natin yung hanggang kay left parenthesis lang. So, yung matitira sa stock natin will be only asterisk. So, since na-pop si minus. So, yun. So, we are going to pop yung ating subtraction. So, mapupunta siya doon kay postfix expression, and then pop natin yung left parenthesis natin. So, automatically, hindi na natin siya ilalagay sa postfix expression. And then, next. So, wala nang natira doon sa scanning natin. So, meaning, yung natira na lang will be si asterisk. So, yung mangyayari, we are going to perform pop operation doon sa stack. So, pop asterisk. So, since pop asterisk tayo, so, lalagay natin siya dito. So, yan na yung magiging final na postfix expression natin. So, we have AB plus CD minus asterisk. So, ito, if you want to check, so let's check it. So, let's say for example, mag-sub tayo ng numbers. So, let's say yung A is 1, B natin is 2, C natin is 3, D natin is 4. So, ito na sila. So, A, 1, B yung 2, C yung 3, and then D natin is 4. So, since this is a postfix expression, so paano natin i-determine? So, hanap tayo ng mga postfix expression. So, ito, operand, and operator. So, that is an postfix expression. And then, again, another one, operand, operator. So, another postfix expression. So, yung mangyayari, 1 plus 2. So, yun yung magiging ano. So, this will be 3, and then 3 minus 4, that will be negative 1. Diba? So again, yung nangyari, meron ulit tayong operand. So this is an operand. And then we have another operand, which is negative 1. So yung natira na lang natin na operator is asterisk. So we have 3 times negative 1. So, we have negative 3. So, let's check kung tama ba. So, sa ating ano, ito yung ating postfix expression kanina. Asterisk C minus D. So, ito yung ano natin kanina, so sub natin lang. 1. So ito yung postfix expression, infix expression natin kanina. So, sinab natin ito kung magkakapareho ba yung magiging answer. So let's say 1 plus 2 asterisk 3 minus 1. So 1 plus 2 we have 3, and then 3 minus 4 we have negative 1. So asterisk yung natira. So 3 times negative 3, so that will be negative 3. So meaning tama yung pagka-convert natin ng expression natin. So